Okay, so when you start your car, we make sure that the gears are in neutral and you just turn the key once the vehicle is started. So now we're going to learn how to drive. So basically, we're going to learn how to control the car and to break it down even into teachable terms. We're going to learn how to pull away, change gears, turn, and stop. So when we mention that we're about to drive, we're basically saying we're about to control the car on the roads, which is basically pulling off, changing gears, turning, and stopping. So if I were to drive down the road, I'll pull off, change gears, turn, stop at the robots. When the robots turn green, I'll pull off. As I increase my speed, I'll change gears. As my direction needs to move, I'll turn, change gears, stop at the next robot or the next stop street. Pull off from the stop street, turn, change gears, and stop. So driving is basically pulling off, changing gears, turning, and stopping. So for this lesson, we're going to learn how to pull off, change gears, turn, and stop. We're going to start off with pulling off, right? So if you look at your pedals, there are 3 pedals at the bottom. So pulling off will be from a stationary position. Your handbrake is up, your gears are in neutral. Step 1, clutch in and select first gear. Step 1 for pulling off is clutch in first gear. Step 2 for pulling off, release your clutch slowly. Okay, so pulling off is clutch in. Step 1 is clutch in and first gear. Step 2 is slowly raise your clutch about 2 to 3 centimeters off the ground. As you raise the clutch, for different vehicles, you're looking for the biting point. The biting point is the spot that makes your car want to move forward. So as you release your clutch, you'll hear your car starting to vibrate. If you push it in, the vibrating will disappear. So as you release your clutch, you'll hear it vibrate. The moment you hear it vibrate, you have to hold your foot on that spot. That spot is your biting point. That's the spot that makes your car want to move forward. Holding on that point, you can now, without using accelerator, you can drop your handbrake down and hold it on that spot and move forward and then stop. Okay, so for pulling off, step 1 is first clutch in, first gear. So after you select your first gear and you keep your clutch in, we slowly raise your clutch. So we're going to be looking for a point called the biting point. That's the point which makes your car move forward. So clutch in first gear, you're keeping your clutch in, and while we keep our clutch in, we're concentrating on the vibration of the vehicle. So when you start the car, the engine starts running and your vehicle starts to vibrate. It has a very soft, gentle vibration. As you release your clutch slowly, about 2 to 3 centimeters off the ground only, you will feel the vibration of the vehicle starts to get louder. You'll feel your steering wheel start to shudder and vibrate, and your seat that you're sitting on, you'll feel it start to vibrate. You'll even hear it. That is called a biting point. Once you hear that point, you keep your foot on that spot. If I push my clutch in again for the purpose of training, the vibration will disappear. So you're completely in a neutral position with your clutch in completely. So after having to put your clutch in, selected first gear, while you're in first gear, we're going to look for the biting point. So we slowly raise our foot about 2 to 3 centimeters off the ground. Some cars may be 4 centimeters off the ground. Some cars may be 3 centimeters off the ground. So you have to monitor while you release your clutch. You have to monitor the vibration of the vehicle on your steering wheel and the seat that you're sitting on. So I'm going to raise it slightly and I'm going to keep quiet so that you can hear maybe in this video the vibration of the steering wheel and the vehicle. Right, there we go. You'll even hear your car. You can feel your car wants to edge forward. So the only thing holding the car back now is the handbrake. So we're going to hold it on that spot. If you're going to take your foot off that spot, I'm going to take my foot off the spot now for the purpose of training and show you what happens. The car is going to stall. The car is going to switch off. So that now the car jerks and switches off. Because I took my foot off that spot while I was in gear and I didn't put my handbrake down, right? So we're going to restart the position. That's what not to do. So after you start your car, step 1 is clutch in first gear. Handbrake is up. And we look for the biting point. We found it. I can feel the vibration. We hold it on that spot. And then we drop our handbrake. Keeping it on that spot. The car will now move forward. We're still holding our foot on that spot. Once the car moves forward around 5 meters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can now take our foot off the clutch and add gentle accelerator to move forward. I don't know if you noticed, I didn't use any accelerator while pulling off, just my clutch. We'll do that again. To pull off, clutch in, first gear, and then slowly release your clutch, looking for the biting point. We hear the vibration of the vehicle, we can feel it on our seat, we can feel the vibration on the steering wheel. Once we get the vibration of the vehicle, it means your car wants to move forward. Because we're learners, we're not going to add accelerator right now. We're going to slowly handbrake down and the car will move forward. We'll keep our foot on the spot, on the biting point for 5 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you can release your foot from the biting point and add gentle accelerator.